Up YouTube? This is my Salvo deck. I'm just updating it. So here we go. Um, I played in the Detroit Garden City regionals last Saturday, and I ended up going 6-2 with the deck. Ended up getting 10th place. Tiebreakers beat mine to get top 8. There's 173 people in the tournament, and so I think I did alright. And I noticed that everybody there seemed to hate on the Salvo deck. People just didn't like Salvo dead. For some reason they say it's not supposed to win. You know what? It's supposed to win, and you know what? After playing in that tournament, I think I would have even done better if I would have had these changes that I have made now. Um, First of all, we have 3 Dekoichis. Um, it's just without them in this deck, if you don't end up using 3 Dekos, it draws cards, gets through the deck quicker, and it's pretty much the sole engine of the deck. Because if you don't have them in the graveyard, it's hard to make a lot of plays. 2 Black Salvos. You don't need to get these guys caught up in your hand and end up with bad hands if you don't end up having the Dekos in the grave. So that's why I don't play 3, but he's good enough to still play 2. 2 Battle Faders. 3 doesn't seem needed. It's just not that good. It's only for tributing off Caius to be and stopping X Sabers from just raping you. And it's also good with Cyber Valley, I guess. Cyber Valley. Play 1 of Cyber Valley. I was playing 2 at the regionals, and I found out that 2 just makes the deck slower. There's just no reason to play 2 in the deck. Found myself not using it like hardly ever, only for opening plays, getting it removed from play, and then getting it back with Dimensional Alchemist. So it's just not that great. It's just play 1 of the deck, Mind Control, Cyber Valley, and Battle Fader. So stops GBs from just screwing you over too hardcore. 1 Effect Veiler. I wasn't playing Effect Veiler because I just thought it was just a bad card. It was not that great. It doesn't really do anything against GBs or anything else really. The only thing it honestly does is like protect you against Black Rose or Caius. But I'll tell you what, I played Caius in the tournament and somebody screwed it over by playing Effect Veiler on it. And so I guess he is randomly good. But I do mean randomly. So I would not play more than 1 copy of Effect Veiler in the deck. He's a light too, so he's good with Chaos Sorcerer. I upgraded to 3 Caiuses now. I was playing 2 before, but it just seemed like there's too many stuff like X Sabers and stuff that needed stuff to get removed from play. I didn't play any scraps that day, but I played it at my local tournament, and they had the scrap deck down there, and you don't need that stuff in the graveyard. 3 Caiuses are just better. 2 Raikos, it helps get the Dekos in the graveyard, and they just don't see the Raikos coming. And it's just an overall good card. And it makes up for not playing MSTs. Because MSTs just, there's no point to playing MSTs this format. I guess unless you're playing something, I can't think of some, X Sabers and Infernities of course, but otherwise I don't see anything that you would need it for, just like OTK decks. 1 Singing, go for Salvo, Effect Veiler, whatever you want. 1 Cyber Dragon, I was playing 2 before. I was playing a 42 deck count too, and I just decided to take the Cyber Dragon out. I couldn't take them both out though, because there is Caius in the deck, and you need to make sure that you have easy tribute for it. And people always bottomless the Cyber Dragon, so it's a good opening. Cyber Dragon, bottomless, Summon Alchemist, and so you already have a card that's removed from play. You know what I'm saying? Of course you do. 1 Card Trooper helps you get the cards in the graveyard. Pluses everywhere. Dark Armed, just needed in the deck. Gores, broken, it's whatever. 2 Chaos Sorcerers, lights and darks everywhere in the deck. It's just an amazing card, especially with Alchemist. 3-dimensional Alchemist, works well with Chaos Sorcerer, Dark Armed, Cyber Valley. Um, and this entire deck is just full of pluses, so why not just plus as hardcore as you can, you know? Make sure that you can get under bottomless and still get rid of their monsters. It's just overall good. This is a backwards, it's supposed to be Pot of Duality. I'm gonna get one by the end of the week here. Um, I'm getting rid of a lot of my X-Saber stuff. Um, but if I had 3 Pot of Dualities, I would not play 3. It just doesn't seem needed. You got too many black salvo options and things like that, and Pot of Duality does not need to be more than 2. You need to be able to special summon like almost all the time. Cold Wave, good for just Black Rose in the field. They're going for game. One Mind Control, Cyber Valley, Black Salvo. You could take their Super Nimble or their Raikou, and Super Nimble brings out your Raikou. People don't see it coming, but it's good. Allure of Darkness, yeah, it's needed. Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, just staples. 3 Book of Moons, yeah, I see Trap Stuns, 7 Tools of the Bandit. I think 7 Tools is stupid. Of course, everybody's like, yeah, it stops Solemn Warning for only 1,000. Alright, just play Trap Stun beforehand, is what I say. But, you know, everybody has their own opinion on stuff like that. But either way, I play 3 Book of Moons, Decos, things of that sort. But it gives you more magic defense. Also, 1 Trap Stun. Like I said, Black Rose, going for game, things like that. Or if you don't want to see a Solemn Warning hit you in the face, you know, you just kind of want to throw Trap Stun out there so you dodge it. You're like, oh, yeah, I dodged that. Solemn Judgment, just an amazing card. If it was at 3, everybody would be playing 3. Mirror Force, good card once again. 2 Solemn Warnings and 2 Bottomlesses. I don't play Torrential. Bottomlesses and Solemn Warnings just seem better than Torrential. I don't need to get rid of my own cards, but I can get rid of your guys's. And it seems like Torrential is only. It seems like it's weighted now. Everybody uses their Torrential to get big moves off, so it's like, okay, Torrential, let's get rid of all your monsters now that you overextended. But if people are overextending, they're gonna have some sort of defense, like 7 tools or trap stuns. So it's like, why play Torrential? You know what I'm saying? You're just waiting for a loss if you play Torrentials, in my opinion. Cards that I ended up changing from when I did go 6 and 2. This solemn warning, not this one. This one was a return from the different dimension. I did not draw it all day. It could have helped me get game. It could have done other things, but I just come to the point that I would rather not rely on not drawing a return and then drawing it late and then just being screwed over. So that's just how it happened. So I just ended up doing it like that. Trap Stun was new to the deck. I didn't play that before. This used to be a gold sarcophagus. Pot of Duality, as you can pretty much guess, is new. The second one is, at least. This was also another gold sarcophagus. I took out both gold sarcophaguses because Pot of Duality is the same thing but better, in my opinion. Well, it's not the same thing, of course, you understand that, but I think it's a better form of gold sarcophagus because it gets you the cards you need earlier in the game. And other cards changed as like I said, I added the 3rd Caius. I took out a Plague Spreader Zombie. Plague Spreader Zombie was only in there because of the fact that return, you could plus off of it. But if I'm taking out return, you might as well take out Plague Spreader, you know what I'm saying? And then I took out one of the Cyber Valleys for effect there. And so that was the change with the main deck. As far as the side deck goes, I have 1 Mind Crush, 2 Thunder King Ryos, 2 Banisher of the Radiance. I was thinking about taking it out because I sided against Dandy Warrior and I always attack into a Raikou or Super Nimble. It's a little annoying, but at the same time, I've just decided to side Banishers only for X-Sabers because you see triple Emerald Blade and triple Dark Soul. The crows are gonna only be for the Dandy Warrior stuff. Two Swallow Flips, GBs, Dandy Warrior for Drill Warrior, Black Rose, etc. Two compulsories. These are new to the side deck. It's for scraps. Scraps and infernities. Infernities are pretty understood by now, but compulsory, you don't want to. It's mainly just for scrap dragon. Scraps always bring out scrap dragons. You don't need them plussing hardcore off of their scrap dragons. By you just like mirror forcing their scrap dragon, they bring something else back. It's Scrap Dragon's just ridiculous in scraps, so you gotta have some kind of backup for it. MSTs, these were trap stuns in the tournament, and I lost to a GB deck with main that sided in D fissures, and I just remembered because beforehand I actually had MSTs in my side deck because I was being smart, and because of that situation, that's why I had them in my side deck. That and oppression, but I ended up figuring out. Like, I was thinking to myself, trap stun, that's better, isn't it? No. I come to figure out that I wanted those MSTs, and I was like, when I lost to that GB player siding in D fissures, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I took out those MSTs. I completely forgot about D fissures. I side in the Cyber Dragon now and Starlight Road. But I ended up losing to X Sabers also that day. It's hard to win when they like get 20 searches off of Dark Soul every game. Well, it wasn't every game. He beat me the first one with 20 Dark Soul searches. I technically should have won the first game, but apparently we started before time started. I could have swore they said go. My partner thought he said go. Partner, opponent. But we ended up having to scoop it up after he was at 250 life points. Would have won the first game. I won the second game, so I would have ended up winning the match, kinda. Of course, we all have thoughts about that, side deck, etc. And then the third game, um, it came down to we both have absolutely no cards. I actually had one card left, and he top decks an Air Bellum. And from there, he just ends up winning the game because I just get back rows like Book of Moons, and honestly, it was a sack because of the fact it was an Arabellum, and he only plays one in the deck. Most people only do play one in the deck, and he did confirm that he only did play one in the deck. Either way, he ended up going undefeated that day, so props to him, I guess. So here's that synchro deck: one scrap Archfiend, one scrap Dragon, allied just his Cataster, Goyo, Colossal, Thought Ruler, Android, Ancient Fairy. I dropped all those cards. Ancient Fairy Dragon's a light 7-star, so that's why he's in there for Chaos Sorcerer. He wasn't in there beforehand, but I found out that sometimes I might want him in there. Black Rose, Mistworm, Stardust, Armory Arm, Black Rose, so that's the second Black Rose, Bronic, and one Chimera Tech. But yeah, that's my deck. Hope you liked it. I hope some people use it in for future events and help get Black Salvo's name out there. Alright, thanks for watching. Rate and subscribe.